Hey everybody, this is new. This is Lenny. Um, I'm on my phone doing this live, so if you get in here, this is all going to be new to me. Um, my laptop, I just could not get it to work. I think I downloaded too much pictures on it. So let me know if you can hear me or if you're in here. I don't see anybody in here. Um, so I'll just wait and see if everybody can see me. Let's see, the stickers, effects, stickers, retouch, highlight, lighting, close. Remember to guard your prize, learn more. Okay. Don't know what that does. Ooh, share with your audience. Okay, I see one person in here. I don't see any chat. Boy, this is weird. Hello? See what that does. Don't want to do that. DebToad1, say hi. I'm going to turn this around. Okay. I'm having a hard time. I'm using my phone. I just got that figured out. Something's going on with my laptop. So I guess I'll do this with my phone and see how that goes. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is it working okay? I mean, this would be cool. I'd rather do this on my phone if I can figure it out. There's little stickers down here. So how are you? How's the weather? Can you hear me? Great. That's awesome. Well, how you doing? It's good to see ya, or see of you. Hi, Caleb. I've had quite the week. How's everybody's weather? We're having storms right now, so I don't know if that has anything to do with the laptop connection. My day has been okay. I've been dealing with. I do not know if you guys have watched all my videos, but do you think I'm 99? Do I look that old? Trading. I watched the rockets launch. Okay, well today I have been dealing with the Better Business Bureau. And I don't know if you guys have watched my videos, but I got my van is well, I hope I don't look like I'm 99. I'm not very young. Okay. Anyway, I filed a complaint against the person that sold me my van, the dealership, because they sold it to me with a bent rear axle. Okay. I'm wondering. So anyway, I filed a complaint because it was wearing out my tires, and I drove it. It was fine, and you could not tell anything until the tires were worn out. So I kept having to buy tires. So anyway, filed a complaint when I found out that my rear axle was bent when I bought the van. And so I'm in mediation. So I dealt with getting them proof of everything today. So that's what my day's been. What have you been doing? You found me, Van Gogh. Can you see me? And here, this is my phone. I can't get my laptop to work. So how's this working? I was talking about having to deal with the Better Business Bureau today. I was I filed a complaint. Okay. Hi, Kirby. Not working on my laptop, so I had to figure out how to do this on my phone. So I may just use my phone from now on. I don't know. It's a lot easier for me. I was talking about Kirby. I was talking about dealing with the Better Business Bureau in my van. So we know about that, don't we? Kirby helped me get this axle replaced and stuff, so he knows all about that stuff. So anyway, yes, I watched the rocket launch on YouTube. Did everybody else watch that? Everybody watch the rocket launch to the moon? Kirby, you still on here? I got some different people on here. Can you snore? You sat on the roof of Van Gogh and watched? How cool is that? T, that's awesome. How'd it feel? Did you feel slippy and slidey when you get up there? I know. You see that, Kirby? You need to be my moderator and knock him out of my thing. I don't know why I'm getting him. Hi, Sherry. How you doing? I'm on my phone, and I seem to have some people in here that are kind of nutty. But anyway, they're not anybody I know, and I don't know if they're my subscribers. Good thing. Well, when we were talking at Johnny's about that stripping stuff, I use that for Rosie, and it works pretty good. Just get me a tripod and use my phone. I have a tripod. Of course, it's in my van, and I'm not going to go get it right now. This just happened. I was trying to sign in, and the last time I was on my computer, I was downloading pictures off of my phone, and I think I got too many on there. I think I used up the stuff on there. So anyway, I'm just going to do it on the phone tonight, and I'll just hold it here, and we'll do it this way. Sherry, how's it going, kid? Did you get how's the van? Um, I'm really getting anxious to get in my van and get it all ready. I did want to kind of talk about the trip coming up. I I was trying to map all these waterfalls, and I'll tell you what, there's quite a big distance between each of these waterfalls. So, being as how we're not traveling to different campsites, and we're going to have to drive to each, back to camp, and also partake in the folk festival. And okay, so I mapped it. Of course, I've got Missouri Falls planned, and then Blanchard Springs Falls planned. And that place is so huge, and I want to see so much. That's probably going to take most of our day in doing that. The next waterfall, though, when I Google mapped it from Blanchard Springs to the next waterfall, it was over an hour drive. So I think just see how it goes, play it by ear. If we want to go on, then we'll go on. If we don't, we won't. So you're taking a break on Van Gogh for a few days. I've got a project in the house now, building on that. You've only hit one mailbox? Oh, honey. Yes, the festival is outdoors. Yeah, it's like in the park and all that stuff. And I think downtown, I don't, I tried to get some itinerary on that, and all they had was uh, the announcement of it. They didn't make any itinerary of it. The only thing she said is that we know the parade's at 10 o'clock on Saturday. Only one? You're doing so good, Sherry. Oh boy. You only hit one mailbox. Oh my gosh. Is it that hard to drive? Well, I hope you get do you think you'll get to bring it maybe to Table Rock? Are you going to bring it to Table Rock? Hello. So, T, are you going to what's your project you're doing in your house? I watched your video of trimming your tree. No, you're not bringing it to Table Rock? Well, I want to see it. Anyway, um, what's your project in your house? I have been working on, well, Kirby helped me. Probably. Hi, Kathy. It's good to see everybody. I'm glad I got on here. I was getting worried I was going to have to try to figure out how to just say, hey, I'm not able to get on here tonight. But I think I'm going to, every time, does this picture look better to you? Can you hear me good and all that stuff? Give me your opinion. Because I may not even do it on that laptop anymore. Hey Josh, how's it going on? How's it going? Loud and clear. Okay, is it better than the laptop, Kirby? It's a lot easier. Ooh, that sounds good. Hi, Sleepy Girls Waffle. What a name. That's cool. Cool. Okay, phone works better. It is right now. Okay. Well, um, I've about had it with that laptop and the microphones and everything else. I don't even have a microphone with the phone, and you can hear me okay. So I don't know. I don't know if the only reason I really got that laptop was to do videos and um, do live stream, and I'm not using it for either one. Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad the rocket launch went well. And T, were you just kidding? Did you really watch it from your deck on your van? I think that deck is cool, and I hope I can get up there. I do want to sit on it when you're down at Johnny's. Good. Okay, Sherry. Thank you. Cheryl, wouldn't you camping? Are you still on here, Cheryl? Didn't you go camping with Charlie? Where did you camp at? You said it might be a new place. You might have a meetup down there. How was it? Okay, where'd you go camping at? Did you have a good time, or are you still camping, or what's up with that? I couldn't tell where you were at. Merrimack, okay. Same place as you were last year. Thought you did that last year. I thought you were going to a new place. Okie doke. Okay. Yeah, you mentioned a new place for a meetup or something you were going to check out. Well, Merrimack's not a new place, is it? Unless you went to a different spot. Um, I'm excited about getting down to well, all of them actually. I'm so ready to go get in my van. It's crazy. Curious minds want to know. You went to a different spot on the Merrimack. Okay. That's what we were trying to see. And I seen all the kayaks. I'm going blank. Well, how do I take care of that, T? How do I shut off my notifications? I mean, this is new to me. That was a Facebook notification. Kirby, what? What'd be offense? Hi, Gina. How are you? I missed something. Kirby, I'm going to Florida to watch when we go to the moon to land. The first time they land on the moon was my birthday, so I got to go watch. That would be fun. You gonna ride your KLR down there? Are you gonna invite your girlfriend? You was in 6th grade, Kirby. I don't even remember. I was very young. I was very young. Um, well, come here, honey. Come here. Come here, Rosie. She's sitting over there wanting to know what I'm doing. Girl up and running. We'll be posting about it soon. Well, I sent you a message today, Gina. I said I never heard about what happened. But I guess I'll wait. You're going to make a video, probably. We're going to take the camper, Kirby. Okay. That'd be fun. I'd love to go. That'd be great. Here's Rosie. There's my girl. You want to come up here and say hi, everybody? Say hi. Say, Mama's supposed to be doing this over in the chair. Yeah. Anyway. So, when are they coming back, Kirby? When will they land? I didn't get to. I was trying to get this thing working right after that. They took off. Was there a lot of repairs, Gina? I hope it wasn't too bad for you. Um, well, I got to go to a race. If you watched my last video, in 10 days they'll be back. Well, I'll be getting ready to go to Arkansas in 10 days. You're going to go without me in the camper, huh? $1,200. Well, that's not real good, but it could have been worse, right? I hope. Leave a question and answer sticker. Try it. Least favorite chore. This is a question answer sticker. It just popped up on my screen. You about farted with $3,500. Oh my gosh. Was it an older van? You're losing it when the mission is to go land on the moon. Well, you told me 10 days. I don't know. I'm messing with this thing. It's sticking in my screen. "2018 ProMaster. 135,000 miles, $4,500 worth of work. Was it transmission? They say them ProMasters are good for that. And they say that about my Dodge Caravan. So, did you guys hear me about the BBB? I've been dealing with that. When I bought my van, it had all the inspections done and everything and all this stuff. Only had 42,000 miles on it. And I think it's with all of them actually, but tires look good. But anyway, found out my tires were wearing out and I couldn't figure it out. So I bought a set of tires and then it was wearing, this rear tire was wearing out. And I'm like, what in the world? So Kirby looked at it. He said, well, maybe, I don't know, take it up and have somebody look at it for an alignment. And then they couldn't align it. They said the rear axle was bent on it. And evidently somebody had tried to pull it out of a ditch or something, they thought, by pulling it with the rear axle. Well, Gina, thanks for checking in, honey. I had technical difficulty. I'm on my phone, so it's new to me. But I'm glad you checked in. Give me a thumbs up before you go, girl, and I'll talk to you soon. Can't wait to hear about your video on your girl. So anyway, they wanted a couple grand, and oh man, I was upset because I hadn't had the van very long and it was sold to me that way. So I emailed, no, I called, can't remember, emailed, whatever. Got a hold of the guy I bought it from, Bomberetto, and I did a video on this. I don't know if anybody saw it, on selling me a vehicle with a bent rear axle. Well, I'll see what we can do, blah, blah, blah. Never heard back from him. I emailed him again. I said, look, I'll trade it in, whatever. But, this isn't right. And so, and then Kirby was with me when I bought it. And so Kirby even called him and talked to him. Well, let me talk to him, see, maybe we can split the difference, whatever. And I'll get back with you on Monday. Never called Kirby back either. And that's one thing I don't like. I don't like being lied to. I really don't like being lied to. And I don't like people that sell me vehicles that should have been fixed. So anyway, long story short, I filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. And I did it quite a while ago. And then before the van was even fixed. Anyway, well, they said, well, they should go. Anyway, we're in mediation right now. So I had to get all of the receipts of the repairs and all that stuff sent to her. And then she ended up calling me. She was really nice gal. And so anyway, hopefully we'll get something done about it, but you never know. But the Better Business Bureau has worked for me before. a while back, well, years ago, not a while back, but a while back, had bought a car down in Springfield, Missouri, and this is when I lived in Clinton, and it was a used car. It was oh man, I loved that car. What was that car? Anyway, um, there was still warranty left on it, right? So I had a problem with it and went to get it, you know, dealt with while it was still under warranty. And the guy says, "Well, we can't warranty that because this car's been wrecked." And we're like, what? And took it back down there and they would trade us for another car. Well, I knew what car I wanted and they would not trade me for the car I wanted. They was only giving me like making one car my choice. And it really, really ticked me off. And so when I went to my insurance lady to get it insured, she said, "Well, why don't you file a complaint against the Better Business Bureau?" And I said, "Okay." And she told me how to do it. This is way back when my kids were little. So I did it and it worked. They had to take that car back and I got to get what I wanted to get. Actually, I didn't even want to buy from them. I wanted out of all of it because I didn't want to buy another vehicle from them. And it felt so good driving in there and telling them to take the car back. So that one worked. Then I used them again with my foot. I got, it was when I went up to, when I found out it had that bone infection in it. I didn't know yet. And I'd had a scan done, and my doctor referred me to the Kansas City Bone and Joint Clinic in Kansas City. And I went up there, and they would not help me. They were passing me around, is what I found out, because they were scared of getting sued because it was a staph infection. Well, come to find out, they wanted me to wait for 2 weeks to get in to see this other doctor. And I don't know, something in me told me no, I would have lost my foot. I mean, it was so huge and it walked, whatever. Long story short, I said, "Give me my bone scan. I'm going back to my doctor in Clinton." I was admitted before noon and they had me on an IV. Well, they sent me like a $500 bill for being there for 10, 15 minutes. And I reported them to the BBB too, and I didn't have to pay that bill. So if you're in the right, I really think that the Better Business Bureau does help you. So we'll see, we'll see what happens. So anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. What else is going on? Somebody talk to me. Hello? That's what I've been dealing with today. Anybody there? Who's eating ice cream? Kirby, what are you eating? Cheryl, what are you eating? Sherry, what are you eating? I don't see anybody texting. Nobody's talking. Can you still hear me? You're peeling eggs. T, what are you doing? Attorney General can interview on problems with businesses. Yes. Can intervene, Attorney General. Yes. Yes, they can. Yep. But the Better Business Bureau is who, that's where their ratings are. Stuffed chicken, broccoli, and cheese and stuff. Oh, man, that sounds good. I'm hungry. Let's see, what have I had today? I've had eggs, bacon is what I've had today. And when I get done, I'm going to have cottage cheese and blueberries. That's kind of my thing. That's about all I eat anymore, it seems like. It takes time to type. Oh, honey, you're so funny. You're so funny. So you don't like ice cream? I love tropical sugar-free popsicles. Oh, I like the banana ones. Banana popsicles are my favorite. I love banana popsicles. I haven't had any of them. I might do them this summer. So Kirby helped me exactly. Kirby helped me in my yard, and I had a swimming pool here the first summer I was here, one of those above ground, and it was high enough, just high enough so I could get in it without having to get on a ladder. And it was nice, but it was like, I think it was a 10-foot, maybe blow up, those blow up ones. Couldn't get it level. And Kirby'd help me try to get it level, put sand down there and all that. Had a tarp down on the ground. I mean, it was a not landscaped beautifully. Um, Sherry, tell her we'll be acting like our lightning bolt typers. Are we going to play bingo in Arkansas? Bring it. Just bring it because we might. And see, Sherry, a lot of it's going to depend on how many waterfalls everybody's going to go see, how long they stay at the folk festival, or I think the Junk Fest closes at a certain time. So it's, I couldn't get an itinerary on the folk festival. So anyway, back to my story. So I had Kirby put a piece of carpet down there too. So we'd had the carpet still out there till I decided if I wanted to get another pool. Well, I've decided I'm not going to do that because the dang, those size of pools, they're nice, they're cheap, whatever. But oh my gosh, they get hot. And then you constantly, you can't get the water right in them. I couldn't anyway with the chemical and all that. So, I've just decided I'm just gonna if I'm out there and I'm hot, I'm just gonna put the sprinkler on, cool off that way. Yeah, just bring it because um after I started making the maps, or I didn't make the maps. I'm not gonna make maps. I gave everybody directions to get to 10 a.m. Then on Friday. We get there Thursday. The next morning at 10 a.m., I want everybody to hopefully meet at Mirror Lake Falls, and that's at Blanchard Springs also, and we'll do our group photo. There's 45 to 50 women going to this meetup. And they're still wanting to go. I've still got people saying they're coming, and I don't know how they're getting a spot because this is at a campground, a privately owned campground, actually. And I don't know how they're getting spots because it was full and it's been full. So either they're sharing with somebody or something. I don't know. And I've even heard of some women that are camping by close by and going to check it out too. So I don't know. It's going to be fun though. I'm excited. And if it rains, that'll be great for the waterfalls. Then we'll just go see more waterfalls, I guess. So we're going to have to just kind of play it by ear, Sherry, is how I'm feeling. So I'm going to bring, of course, left, right, center. And then if we want to do bingo, because, we may use the pavilion and play bingo when it's raining. And if nobody, it's just going to have to play it by ear, see what everybody wants to do. But, and then, I even thought it'd be a neat deal, but I don't know if we're going to have time. Everybody's going to be going to the Junk Fest. Well, let's show everybody what you got at the Junk Fest, maybe share the goodies. But just going to have to play it by ear. Just see what the weather does. Elaine posted on there that it's supposed to rain. How does it work to get a spot, T? You got to reserve a spot. And when I was looking for a place to stay to do this for all these girls, this whole trip is kind of a long story because I wanted to go down earlier in the season for the waterfalls and see spring down there. Well, Dory, Sherry knows Dory. I don't know if Cheryl has met Dory. She lives in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And she goes, well, she goes, because I was talking about doing a waterfalls trip. That's when I first posted it on Campfire Girls. Bye, Kirby, honey. Love you. And she goes, well, they've got the folk festival going on. If you want to stay at, Mountain View, it's pretty close. Hey, Snoopy. You can't wait to go junking. I know. I can't wait to do it all. I'm really excited, but I about got myself talked into seeing two falls and then doing the rest. So we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But mushy mushy bye. Yeah, whatever. um but I thought that would be fun though, show what you get. I've got a lot of stuff too. And Sherry, I was thinking we might do that in May. I don't know though if we'll have that many girls there. I think we've only got maybe 8 or 9 going to there's more every day, and I figured that campground be filled up too. The thing is too is you got to call down there and um, get a site. And since this folk festival's going on, see this campground is just right outside of Mountain View, Arkansas, and it's I figured they'd all be full, but I posted it quite a bit ago, and I said, it's going to fill up fast because that folk festival's, so if you can't get a site, you just can't get a site. It's not like the meetups where you pay to go to the meetup and you don't have a site, you just park somewhere. So it's a little bit different. It can be either way, T. It can be either way. Like Kim and Debbie and even Lulu, because hers are huge, they rent the whole place and then they sell the spots. Versus the way I do it, which really takes liability off of you if anything happens to the person. But they have to get their own site and they're responsible for the money. I don't do the money or nothing. And it's a lot easier. It's just a lot easier. Now, when I've been talking about I went group site hunting, when I went down to the springs, I was looking for group sites. Then I would rent the whole group site and then sell everybody a spot. And then I would be in charge of the money. So you can do it either way. You can do a meetup any way you want to do it. You can do just like Janet Previtt was talking about on Butterfly Tracks the other day. She made a post about it. I mean, you can do a meetup for lunch. You don't even have to spend the night. It's just a meetup is a meetup. You can do any kind of meetup you want as long as it's, on your terms and within the rules, like, women only, no politics, no, whatever. Now, some places they even do meetups where the pets aren't allowed. And so there's a lot of our girls that won't do that because, most of our girls have pets. But now, of course, your meetup, T, see, it's going to be different. It's going to be in your yard. And we're all going to wash everybody's vans. Right? That'll be a fun one. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so anyway, I decided to go ahead, and for Dory we would do the folk festival and the waterfalls, and I think there's just going to be too much to do it all. So probably should now. I'm going to go down a day ahead of time to get set up. I want to kind of check things out, make sure that see how big the pavilion is, and just get set up before everybody else gets down there. So I'm going down on the 15th. And Sherry, I think, is going to go with me and meet down there. And I'm going to help her get her tent set up. So you never know how many to plan for and then the cancellations. Well, that's true because, this is the first time I went ahead and made everybody a name tag. So, and then I've got some extras I'm going to bring in case I didn't get everybody. But I went ahead and did that, and just to save some time, so we got name tags. You always reserve according to people going. I charge them what it costs, and if they don't show, they lose their money because it's divided right. Well, I'll tell you what Lulu's been doing, and I think it's a great idea because she has so many people, you know, come to her meetups, and they're a lot of fun. I want to go to one. Um, I feel like they're a lot of fun. I have not been to one, but I've met her and she came to, a meetup and I met her and I can just imagine how fun they're going to be. But anyway, long story short, what she just started last year, no more refunds. She's not going to deal with that. It's too complicated. But what they can do is sell their spot to anybody on the wait list. And this is the first time, you know, I can't really do a wait list, but there was people wanting in, and then I had, I think, just 2 tell me that they were, not gonna be able to make it, and so we got their sites handled, but I think one of them went ahead and, canceled it before letting us know. See, it would work better for the girls to have a wait list, so then we know first who can get the site if somebody's gonna cancel. So, you live and learn when you're doing these, and, I'm excited about this one, gonna meet a lot of new people. There's gonna be some people there I haven't met yet, and people that I have met and haven't seen for a while. So, I haven't been camping with Sherry forever, so that's gonna be fun. No refunds, and they cannot just give their spot to anyone. No, they have to give their spot to somebody on the list. They give it back, and then the first one on the list, waiting list, usually gets the site. Right, they have to be approved. So, are you the president of that group, T? Because yeah, they have to be approved just like the butterflies. Yeah, your meetups that you do, what's the name of it again? But are you president of that group, what you do? You're the founder and the president. Well, cool. How long have you been you're the founder and the president. Crew Pit. Yeah, I knew it was. Yes, we have fun, don't we, Sherry? Crew Pit. So you founded that. How long have you been doing that, T? Could you incorporate that? 8 years and running. That's really a neat deal. I like that. So, what made you wanna start that? Just because you wanted to give to the community and you saw that there was a need for certain things? And how many members do you have, T? I'm just curious about this crew pit. Was it on Facebook? I did I try to look it up? I did, didn't I? I tell you what, my thyroid, you see my thyroid is so messed up right now. I'm having a really tough time. And she upped the doctor I went to messed me up and knocked it way down. And so I've never had such a hard time um trying to stay awake and trying to keep my brain fog away. And I'm gonna have to call her and tell her that I think I Googled last night how long does it take, once they up it, and it could take over a month. Anyway, but yeah, I get brain fog really bad. And I know I looked this up, crew pit, last week after we were talking about it, and I can't remember. You always volunteered for different fundraisers. One day I decided you wanted to get people that were passionate about serving their communities involved. Cool. That's awesome. And it is a group on Facebook. Remind me again. Anyway, it's a cool that's really cool. Um I was reading about there was a lady that posted about wanting to do van life, and she's a new amputee, and she'd bought a bus before she had her leg amputated to travel in. She's wanted to travel, and I tell you, I've been seeing. She wanted to know, what would be her, advice, best van to get, that type thing, and I just kind of put in there, that I'm not, near. I don't have I'm not an amputee, but I am disabled in my foot, and how I could not get in and out of the bigger cargo vans because of my foot and my knee, and I'm in a minivan, and how many builds I've had and how to get it to where I can get to everything on the inside. But I've found so many vans that have the wheelchair accessible that are very obtainable. I mean, I could afford them, that she could find on Marketplace, is what I told her. Wow, you're really strict. Do you have a lot of people that want to volunteer? Why would there be a problem with people volunteering? You think that they would I don't understand. If they're volunteering, why would there be such a problem and you have to screen them in like 6 to 8 months of before they can become a member? I know you have your reasons. I'm just curious. Um, but anyway, this lady, I found so many good vans on Marketplace, and I don't know if they're not just Marketplace. Some of them are dealerships that have the wheelchair accessible ramps already in them, and they're some of them, are kind of already got the floor in them and all that stuff. And I'm like, that would be perfect. And kind of told her, don't just do a no build. See what makes you comfortable. Don't go in and build everything right off the bat. Camp in a little bit. See how you'd move around in it. Yeah, I know, safety. We serve the community and work with children, elderly, etc. We are liable if something goes wrong. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. Huh. Interesting. So, how do I find this group again? Tell me, T. I uh I was really that was pretty cool that she must be, I don't know why she's an amputee. I would just, diabetic or what, but um I would too, man. I'd definitely get me a handicap version. There was this one van I really liked, and I liked the wheelchair deal because the back of it, it was in the back, and you undid the doors, and it just kind of folded automatically, and you could use that as a deck, you know? You could have it propped up on the bottom side of it so you have a flat deck. It'd be kinda cool. But, they're out there. I'm not far beyond, looking at one with that has the wheelchair accessible. I don't f I pray I don't ever have to use a wheelchair, but I would like to have a scooter. Sherry, you gonna bring you bringing your bike down to any of the meetups? You got an electric bike. I would, I did an April Fool's joke for Kirby. He doesn't want me to get a two-wheel scooter. He thinks I'll crash and hurt Rosie. So this morning he came over for coffee this morning, and I was trying to think of something to get him, and I couldn't think of anything. So I just said, "Well, I bit the bullet." He goes, "What'd you do? What'd you buy?" And I said, guess what I bought, and he kind of, it's for the van. I said, yeah, kind of. Well, not really for the van, but and he guessed a couple things. He thought I bought a swing away first for the luggage rack. Then I said, no, I bit the bullet and bought the scooter. He goes, two wheels. It was like he was not a happy camper. He just knows I'm gonna wreck on that thing and get hurt. So anyway, it was my April Fool's. I was just kidding, but he was really serious about that, and I think I could ride one. Okay, don't you? Anyway, Sherry, I was wondering if he's going to bring your bike. If you're a member and have a shirt on representing us and behave negatively in public under any circumstances that taints our trust for companies that will help raise money for their charity. And I understand that. Yeah, exactly. So how many fundraisers do you think you do in one year, T? Anyway, I bet that's a lot of work. So I think you said you're taking a break on Van Gogh. Van Gogh's done. There's not nothing left to do on Van Gogh, is there? Looking pretty sharp to me. I can't wait. Can't wait to see it. I'm needing to get Van Halen in Kirby's shop again. I got to get my shelf made for my Blue Eddy. I'm making a shelf. I put my big Blue Eddy down in the Stow and Go. And if Cheryl's still on here, she knows what I'm talking about. I'm making a shelf for it. It's going to come up so I can get it in and out of the space there. So it's coming up off the floor. And then underneath the shelf where my Blue Eddy's going to go, that's just going to be my dirty clothes. I'm going to put my dirty clothes down there. So I got to get that shelf made. Then after that, I am good to go. Um, I got a tent ordered though. I got me one of those little, I don't know. It may be a ripoff. I don't know because it was only like $40, but it's like one of those clam tents, that are screened in. Van Gogh's pretty done. You just got little stuff to do, right? You could go out and use it. Well, you just use your power stations. You'll be fine. Is Johnny helping you do your electrical, figuring it out? But anyway, I'm excited about this. I don't know when I'll get it. It was an off freaking site or whatever. Ah, you're doing the real thing. Okay, gotcha. You're doing batteries. Oh, I don't like batteries. I don't understand them. You're going to do all that yourself? Man, kudos to you, kid. Man. Um, yes, it's intense. You be careful with that stuff. That's impotent. You're crazy. They say it's a lot cheaper to build it with the batteries versus the the power stations. So I don't know. I'm my brain hurts when I even think about it. I can't even get the solar figured out. Now, I am going to say this. I got that other solar panel, have not put it on my van yet. When I went to Big Spring, man, that thing worked fine. It worked fine. My freaking I didn't even use the electric on my refrigerator, and I had plugged into it was my refrigerator, and the solar kept it. It was running my refrigerator the whole time, and the solar panel I have kept my Blue Eddy at 100%. It's about the same. Well, then why would you go with the batteries versus the Blue Eddies, the power stations? What, you think it's better? You think you can get more? I always heard of them exploding and catching on fire and stuff. And with the Blue Eddies, the inverters are already in them and all that stuff. Preference, yeah, okay. Well, to each his own. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know a lot of um um I call her Red, but her name's Debbie, or no, Janet, and she's going to be at the meetup. And she was at Kim's meetup. I did her tour on her. She had batteries in her system. I did the tour on her van. It was a ProMaster. Nice van. That thing was beautiful. Had the knotty pine in it. It was very pretty. Very nice van. But she had a lot of power. I mean, a lot of power and a lot of solar. And but she didn't understand it. She didn't put it all together herself. So I think if you're putting it together, you'll understand it. But anyway, look at this little girl. Isn't she sweet? Could you see her? She's such a sweetheart. That's what she does about all day. She sleeps right on my lap. So I see 5 people are in here. Who else in here? Now there's 4. One left. Who's in here? I got T. Who's left? Let me know who's here. Press something. Press a something. I don't know what all these things are on my. What's that? Retouch on. Retouch off. Okay. I don't know what all that is. Who's in here? I got T. Who else is in here? Oh, I know. And it's just like, um, well, if it's freezing out, which you don't really have to worry about that as much as we do here in Missouri, you can't have your power stations out there if it gets, below freezing, I get on them. So, and you don't want to have, like Johnny said, you don't want to have them plugged into that solar and have them out there and be um, under freezing either. So I bring mine in, and then you get to the point where they're heavy. If you get a bit too big a one, I don't need too big a one because I don't have that much stuff. All I have is my refrigerator, my TV, my DVD player. Then all my little stuff, you charge your phones, your lights. But I've got easy peasy. Mine's easy peasy, and I love it. There you are. Where you been, Snoopy? Haven't talked to you all night. What you been doing? You got your van yet? I want to see pictures. Oh, we're down to 2. I'm losing everybody. Who's still here? Just you and okay. Well, nobody said goodbye. Oh, I agree, T. Definitely agree to that. Definitely agree to that. And when you get your system in and um I see you in September, you can explain it to me when I do the tour, okay? That would be cool. Well, I don't know where everybody else went. Now I got 3. Well, it's about an hour in, so if we all do the same thing. Snoopy, when you get in your van? She's getting a minivan. Yes, she is. And I think it's next weekend. Are you getting it? And what is it again? No, you're not getting your van? Saturday. Okay. And it's a Chrysler Pacifica? Not in. Are you answering all these real quick, Sherry? Not in Arkansas. Yes, at Table Rock. 3-wheel trike is more stable. Well, you're listening, girl. Good for you. Okay, Snoopy's van is a Chrysler Pacifica, isn't it? Snoopy. Snoopy, Chrysler Pacifica, am I right? You've got you got stow and go because the Chrysler Pacifica is what they made. Yes. That's what took the place of the Dodge Caravan that I've got. They quit the Dodge Caravan in 2020 and started the Pacificas. So that's cool. And I think the Pacifica actually is a little bit larger than the Caravan, a little bit wider. So that's cool. I can't wait to see what you do with it. They're good. They're comfortable. Of course, I only have one little doggy. You've got 3 little doggies. Are you going to leave the front seat in it? I've thought about I've gone back and forth on taking that front seat. You can't I would love to swivel mine, but you can't swivel the Dodge Caravan. You can, but you have to make the swivel. You have to make it, and there's one man I know that's done that, and I'm a member of his YouTube channel, but he was a machinist, and he won't make them for you because he could get in trouble. But the heat vent sits under the seat in the Dodge Caravan, so the swivel has to kind of not mess with that. Anyway, now what Lily did, she just turned her seat around and it just sat that way all the time. Well, you got to have the room, Sherry, for the Laguna tables. No, I've thought about taking. I love my back seat that I left up, and Rosie actually she ends up sleeping on it now. But I thought about taking it back out so I'd have more room for I kind of miss my sink. But I don't know. I don't know yet. I kind of like the way it's set up. But I'm leaning towards that. I really that's the only thing I miss that I had in my other setup was my sink I had in my van. So I may look at this dog. Can you see her? Did you see her? Oh my gosh, she's just all sprawled out with her tongue hanging out and her little belly. She's so cute. She got all excited because the lizards are out. I have vents in my ceiling too, but look under that seat. There may be a heat duct on the floor. I don't know if it's like the Caravan or not, but that's why I couldn't swivel that seat. So, because I really wanted to swivel it. I tried really hard um, I wanted to swivel my front seat, the passenger seat. That would be so cool, But now, I'm just going to leave it there, but I might take that back one out again because I'm finding out that I like it, but I sit in my bed most of the time. I sit on my bed when I'm cooking. I sit on my bed. Um, I thought I'd use that chair more than I do. I'm not in a hurry to do anything. I'm real happy with it right now. But also, if I did get the scooter and that chair wasn't there, I could put the scooter there. Did you see Rosie? Isn't she cute? Okay, T, good to see you guys. I'm probably going to get off here too. I've been on here for an hour. You have a great week. I'm going to stay out of trouble. I'm having fun. I'm just kind of working on my yard and gonna get that shelf built for Van Halen and start getting Van Halen ready for this meetup. So Snoopy, let me know when you get your van. Get some pictures on Campfire Girls. And oh, T, are you still here? I forgot. I had a request to start these live streams at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock. That would be 9 o'clock your time, T. I don't know. I'll put it out there. Think about it. Let me know what you think if it's going to be that much later. Or if I should even keep doing them. I don't have a lot of people. I don't like who showed up on it when I first got on here. Somebody said I looked 99 years old. So you would like it to be later. I can do that. I'll start doing them at 8 o'clock. That'd work for me too. I mean, I don't really, I'm retired. You want to be my moderator? Anybody want to be a moderator? I don't know how all that works. We'll talk about it later. I'm going to look into it. I kind of like talking to you guys, every week. It's kind of fun. Happy Easter, Sherry. Always do what's best for you. Okay, guys, I'm going to talk to you later. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get off of here. No to moderator. Okay. Bye, Snoopy. Bye, Sherry. Bye, everybody. Love you guys. Take care and happy Easter. Peace out.